Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Clarity Night Call. So, today we are touching upon a very sensitive topic, which is we have such a intense belief systems around that topic that it's sometimes difficult to even talk about it. So, let's talk about death. With pandemic situation since last 1 year, many of us have so-called lost our dear ones, and many others are afraid. They have too much of anxiety going on in their universe regarding the security, safety of their loved ones. So, what does death mean to you? I would like to hear from some of you. What does it signify to you? That what is death? Be it your own death, be it the death of someone else. Like what is it that you mean by death?
Death is soul leaving your physical body.
Yes, Kumkum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means death to you. That soul leaving your physical body, or then so still the being, or like in access and like we prefer to use the word being
Yes.
rather than soul. So
Yes.
like being leaving the body, yes. Okay. So okay. So what does it create for you, Pum Pum? So when the soul leaves the body, why do we cry? Why do we get sad? And what is it that our belief system, our point of view is about death, which makes death wrong in our
Yes.
reality?
Yes.
द कोई डेथ होनी नहीं चाहिए, डेथ हो रही है मतलब कुछ गलत हो रहा है ना? ये मैक्सिमम लोगों के साथ में ये थॉट प्रोसेस होता है कि
Yeah.
डेथ अच्छी बात नहीं है, अवॉइड
Yeah.
करना चाहिए, मतलब ना। तो क्या 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 है ऐसा डेथ के साथ में जो हमको ऐसा सोचने पर मजबूर करता है कि डेथ होना कुछ गलत है?
Many attachments, people's attachment about people. लोगों के उसके रिश्तेदार जो होते हैं या काफी सब जो होते हैं उनके कुछ अटैचमेंट होते हैं उन चीजों के साथ, तो उन्हें लगता है कि दैट इज रॉन्ग। और इफ इट इज अनटाइमली व्हेन वी कॉल्ड इट लाइक एज होता है तो इतना नहीं होता, लेकिन अभी जैसे 15-20 साल के बच्चे की हो जाए या किसी की हो जाए तो लोगों को ज्यादा दुख होता है। दैट इज कॉल्ड अनटाइमली या एक्सीडेंटल।
Yeah. So everything that does not allow you to connect with soul or being in the same way as you connect with bodies, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times possible?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So if we like most of you would be have done an access bars class or some session in access, and you might be aware of infinite being. So we refer to infinite being quite often in access, and if you want more clarity around that, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question over there. तो अगर हम एक infinite being है, तो infinite being क्या कभी खत्म होगा? If we are energy, space and consciousness, that energy is always there. That presence can never be like destroyed. It can never go away It's always there. So how much is it our point of view that we can connect only with bodies, people in bodies? So everything that does not allow you to connect and receive from your dear ones who are not even in body and have their presence, perceive their presence in your life, will you please now destroy and create it all times accordingly? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So if we are all infinite beings in like having a body which has an expiry date, and like everything that makes you believe that if that expiry date is certain years, say typically 80 years, है ना, कि 80 साल जी लिए तो मतलब भरपूर जिंदगी जी के गए. So everything that makes you like believe that a certain age is the right age to make your transition and leave your body, will you please now destroy and create it all times the Godzilla? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. There would be beings or souls who need only certain months, a few days in mother's womb to complete whatever they would like to have in the bodies, and the mother would have a miscarriage or abortion and the child would go away. And they have completed whatever they were supposed to in this lifetime. So everything that keeps you stuck in the finiteness of a lifetime, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what if death was a choice? And a choice that the person makes in order to create a different possibility, and most often a greater possibility in their own life. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla? So any questions if coming up for you, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask me. Okay. So can we acknowledge that death is the beginning of a new life, a new birth? And if it is a new birth, like, can we celebrate and honor death in the same way as we honor birth? What if it was just two sides of the same coin? एक साइड कॉइन आया है तो आप एक जो स्पिरिट से बॉडी में आए हो, और दूसरी तरफ कॉइन है तो वापस आप बॉडी से स्पिरिट में जा रहे हो. And how much honoring, awareness, and greater contribution would it be for the departed one if we start honoring death as a celebration of a new life, as a restart button that the person has chosen for themselves, so that they can like create something new in their life. What? And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the Godzilla? Okay, so please ask questions, whatever is coming in your universe, like right now, whatever is showing up, and let's talk about that and clear things and make it more interactive.
Hi, Tasneem. I'm
Yes, hi.
Samiksha. I have a question like the soul which
Yes.
decided to leave and they are into a new journey, right? So they
Hmm.
are already leaving, but the relationship they left behind, they are in grief or they take time to come out from that. So how could they celebrate that if like my father passed off? So I cannot
Hmm.
celebrate his going like that.
So I'm today celebrating death anniversary of my sister. First death anniversary of my sister.
No, it is
Okay.
like celebrating the death anniversary is something different, but celebrating the death at the time of the death, like the 13 days, which we mourn basically, that times
Yeah,
we
and
cannot.
it's okay to mourn and grieve because that is like how our body at times likes to release the things. But
Yeah,
and at the same time, you can like keep telling yourself, that he has not left you. Actually, Samiksha, no one ever leaves you.
yeah, but that
Well,
also now sometimes. Sorry
their
to.
their their presence can be like as you go along with time, you will find that they will keep their presence and they will connect with you in ways which are different when they were in their physical body. Yes, please ask your question.
Yeah, so this happened like a long time ago. It is 2015, but after that, my niece, who was like around 7 years old that time, she used to see my father a
Yeah,
lot. So
yeah.
लोगों ने उनको बोला कि उसको बोलो डिस्कनेक्ट करे because now he is a soul, he's not a like his नानू और वो उसके साथ इतना कनेक्ट नहीं करे because कई बार ऐसा होता था she got even dreams कि पापा उसके सपने में आ रहे हैं और उसको कहीं ले जा रहे हैं तो उसको डिस्कनेक्ट कराया जानबूझ के कि वो ऐसे सपने नहीं देखे कि नानू आए हैं और उसको कहीं ले जा रहे हैं एंड शी वांट्स टू कम बैक एंड बट वो उसको लेके जा रहा है तो दिस इज व्हाट लाइक वी शुड कनेक्ट टू आवर diseased persons or we should not connect because sometimes जैसे excess में कहते हैं there are no shoots in life बट उसको हम लोग ने जानबूझ के डिस्कनेक्ट कराया वो बहुत ज्यादा कनेक्टेड थी पापा के साथ कि वो छोड़ ही नहीं रही थी उनको वो इतने सपने देखती थी उसको जैसे अभी वो सो रही है तो फिर वो कहती थी नानू यहीं खड़े हैं हमारे साथ ही हैं
Hmm.
so these kind of things happen and
So there are two like so yeah. So
yeah
some aspects that one has to look at. Yeah, right now. But if it makes, if connecting to that spirit, उनसे connect होना, उनको हमेशा रोके रखना, अगर उनका transition करने में दिक्कत दे रहा है, if they are not able to move on and create a new life from themselves, उनको stuck रखता है, तो वो ठीक मतलब एक टाइम के बाद में मुझे भी लगता है कि ठीक नहीं है. It's not like you have to like let them go. Getting dependent on them, yeah, is something which would not make them like move ahead in their journey. So not getting dependent on them. But then if there is something you would like to convey communicate to them, अगर आपको उनसे मैसेज कुछ लेना है, अगर आपको जानना है कि वो ठीक है कि नहीं, वो खुश है कि नहीं, या आप उनको कई बार ऐसा होता है एक्सीडेंटल डेथ्स हो जाती हैं या फिर आप उनसे बात नहीं कर पाए. Yeah, so my sister left very suddenly, like she suffered from like cardiac arrest and I could not talk to her. Yeah, so if I connect to her and just like say her bye, if I'm willing to say her goodbye, so that's not, I'm not holding on to her, I'm not controlling her, I'm not like making her feel guilty, okay, that the choice that she has made is something which is uh, not good for all of us. So if I do all of that, it's a dishonoring of that person, the choice that that person made. तो क्या आप उन लोगों की जिसने अपने लिए डेथ चूज करी है, उसकी उस चॉइस को ऑनर करना भी जरूरी है। और कई बार जब लोग बहुत ज्यादा ग्रीफ में जाते हैं, मतलब सालों उसके ग्रीफ में रहते हैं, जैसे कि आपके फादर हैं, इट्स 2015 एंड नाउ 2021 इट्स रनिंग, like grieving for them too long is like creating memory impressions on their being, which would not help them like have a greater awareness even in next lifetime probably. So
yeah, but it is like वो तो बहुत छोटी थी and she is not
can I
holding
stop
back.
you, Samiksha?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what if you could avoid the word but is a very disempowering word.
Yeah.
But always keeps you like contradicting yourself, not letting you go ahead and receive awareness. So there are like 5 to 6 words which Gary highly recommends that we uh, like we eliminate them from our vocabulary. One of them is but. So but is like contradiction of whatever you said in the first half of the sentence. It's a conjunction which contradicts, or it takes you into the justification of why the first part of the sentence cannot like happen. Yeah. So it keeps you stuck. It doesn't let you move. आपने 2 कदम आगे बढ़ाए, फिर आप बट बोलते हो, 2 कदम पीछे ही आ जाते हो वो, है ना? तो try forming a sentence or a question which starts with probably and, और या कुछ भी तरीके से आप करो, और आप वहां से आगे बढ़ पाओगे उस थॉट प्रोसेस से, नहीं तो आप वहीं घूमोगे. My suggestion. Still you can choose. Yeah, no should. Yeah, yeah. Yes,
so
sir.
I was
Please
I
ask your
was
question.
saying that like you are saying that we should honor, we are honoring if the
Yeah,
person
you
is
can choose to
disqualified.
honor. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So she is very small. She's like, she was just 6 years old, and she is like till 2020 beginning she used to get these dreams, and she's not forcing herself, and she's getting those dreams, or she is getting the, I will say, hallucinations, और actual में उसको पापा दिखते थे. तो जब से वो डिस्कनेक्शन हुआ एंड उसको शामनिक जर्नी पे लेके गए, एंड मतलब इतना छोटे से बच्चे के लिए किसी ने शामनिक जर्नी की, तो वो सब कुछ हुआ. बट अगेन आई यूज्ड बट सॉरी. सो इट इज लाइक कि उसको डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ, और वो आज ये कहती है कि मतलब शी हार्डली हैव एनी मेमोरीज, कि कुछ उसको याद नहीं है.
So first of all, like when you say she was such a small child, so would an infinite being would ever be small?
No.
So everywhere you have are still assuming that a child, a 2-year-old, probably a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, up till 5-year-old children are much more aware than adults, because they haven't got into the points of view of this reality yet. So everything, all that you have bought, which makes you think, which makes you feel that children don't have awareness and they are smaller beings. Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all 10 seconds?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So what if the awareness that I'm getting is that probably your niece, who was so small, was not holding on to her grandfather, but the grandfather might be holding on to the child, that he has to, like many times, like people who make the transition, they feel that they have some job left behind. कि वो अपनी जो है ग्रैंड चाइल्ड का उतना टेक केयर नहीं कर पाए जो उनको करना चाहिए था, and they linger on so that they can like do whatever they could like needs to be done as a grandfather for the child. So did you get that his entity clearing done?
Yes.
So like when we make them aware that it is not their job to like take care of their grandchildren in this reality, they can have like they can make their transition and they can move on. It makes it easier for the departed one to take their onward journey.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So did the like and therefore probably once your father left, she has, because then he could have left after the shamanic journey and the entity clearing. So he might have left. So therefore, like he's no more coming into the dreams of the child.
Yes, he's not. Thank you.
Yeah. And the like how much like with this awareness, how much like we can make it faster and easier on all of us. Otherwise people, like there are entities, like they are departed beings who linger on for hundreds and thousands of years because they don't realize that how much time has passed. So we have all these entity clearings through shamanic journeys and through access processes, which eases this process for everyone, for those the family members left in body, and also for the person who has made their transition. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Samiksha. Okay, so any more questions?
Hello, Tasneem.
Yes, Sumana.
या तस्नीम, क्या मैं समीक्षा के लिए कुछ शेयर कर सकती हूँ क्या अपनी तरफ से?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
हाँ, समीक्षा, समटाइम्स क्या होते हैं, जो बच्चे होते हैं ना वो बहुत साइकिक होते हैं, तो आप इसको मैंने आप अदरवाइज मत लो, तो वो बचपने में उनको दिखता है, उसके बाद बड़े होने तक वो साइकिक पावर्स चले जाते हैं, तो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट.
Thank you so much.
Take it, yeah.
So make it all an interesting point of view. So psychic powers, like they forget actually, because like in this reality we make them wrong that it's a hallucination. She must be already perceiving, talking to that entity of your father, and then people told that it's a hallucination. And how much was she aware? And she can still tap into her entity awareness. She is aware of entities for sure.
अरे आवाज कम करो ना, रिमोट दो.
Okay. So Sumona, what I would like to share is कि वो psychic power अपने आप नहीं चले जाते हैं. वो ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग उनको बोलते हैं बच्चों को कि ये तुम मतलब ये सच नहीं है, आप जो सोच रहे हो ये सब आपका भ्रम है. और जब लोग ऐसा बोलते हैं तो वो अपने साइकिक पावर्स को एक्नॉलेज नहीं करते हैं, वो खुद अपने साइकिक पावर्स के जजमेंट में चले जाते हैं और उनको भुला देते हैं, उनको कहीं पे दबा के रख देते हैं, as if it is something like they have to be not proud of, something to be ashamed of. And everything that brought up will you please now destroy and create it all times a Godzilla. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And definitely children up to 5 years of age are like they are extremely aware, psychic and aware. So instead of like looking at them that they are like वो बच्चे होने की वजह से वो कुछ नादानी कर रहे हैं, we can be more like watchful of what they are doing, more observant and learning from them and receiving awareness from them rather than making them wrong, going into their judgment, which leads to they cutting off their psychic awareness. So one thing, like there is a whole a small, like kind of an article that Rasputin, the same being who channeled Bars and Money workbook to Gary Douglas, like about death, some channeled message from Rasputin. I'm not reading the whole of it, a part of it. If you will honor the dying instead of mourning them. So in this reality, we grieve and mourn, and it's okay. You don't have to judge yourself, but then be more aware that how much of mourning and grieving would you like to go into, uh, and would it be like being in question that is it truly an honoring of the departed one. So if you will honor the dying instead of mourning them, what you will create is the memory in the person who passes of their past life happening with ease in their next life, so that they can choose how to rewrite what they come to accomplish, and they won't have to struggle to know who they are. So if you like mourn and grieve too much and you keep them stuck, you give them memories of trauma. Yeah. So which keeps them, which does not create greater for them in their next life. So not grieving for them makes their transition much easier and their journey faster and more aware. They won't have to fight to have awareness. If you honor their death, they won't have to fight to have awareness. They won't have to sift through the gray matter of their brain to know. Honoring death gives awareness to the being and improves the possibility of knowing in each lifetime. That is the gift you give to the spirit when you honor death. So what gift and contribution can we be with death to our departed ones? By celebrating and honoring their death rather than making it a wrongness, imprinting in their memories and on their soul that the choice that they made was created sadness for their dear ones. And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and then create it all times of God's will. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Look at the nature, the plants, the animals. When a tree falls down in the forest, is there someone who mourns for the trees? Is there sadness? Is there crying over there? Or the worms and the other like insects, just they happily come over the trees to eat on the trunk and the branches and everything. If an animal who is sick and who is dying and who wants to like leave, how easily they just lie down and sleep peacefully and leave their bodies, and they give away their bodies and flesh for the other carnivorous animals to come and eat upon them. So they do not have any judgment about dying, about death. All these, the judgments about death are something that human beings have created for themselves. It is a conditioned thinking that we have adopted. It is not natural. Nature does not have any point of view, any judgment about death. I have seen in my garden that there are like pigeons and there are cats, both pigeons and cats and other birds. I've seen many a times when I wake up in the morning and I see like a pigeon has like, I see all the pigeon feathers over there. And I have seen like pigeons during at the sunset, they are just sitting over there on the ground, and I try to make them fly off. so that they won't be eaten by the cats. But then I got the awareness that they are happy to give their body to the cat to be eaten. They are done with the life. They are ready to make their transition. So, and how many times we have people around us who are suffering, who are in great pain in their bodies or in some other manner. They are in great pain, and because of the points of views, their own point of view and the point of views of their near and dear ones, they keep suffering and they cannot even choose to leave their body. So how much honoring is it for the people who are suffering to make them live somehow in their body, stay in their body and suffer, rather than choosing a new life, probably a new body, again their choice, and create a greater life for themselves. And everywhere you have defined death as the end of life. Will you please now destroy and create it all times of God's city? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beings. And would an infinite being ever die? No. So it's just like they stopped enjoying having fun with this body, or whatever uh, they had thought that they would accomplish in this lifetime, in this body, in the current surroundings, in the environment they were in. They have already done all of that, and now they are ready for new adventures. What if death was also a choice for a person to go out on new adventures? अब एक नई जर्नी करेंगे, नई राह चुनना चाहते हैं वो. So, and we stopping them, their journey, how much is it an honoring for them? And how much, like, is it giving them a choice? Is it a contribution to them? Is it creating more awareness for them or less of an awareness? So what choice can you have with death and with people who are choosing to die, which would create more awareness and be a contribution to them? And everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you please now destroy and create it all times the God saying. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beings.
Hi Tasneem, I have a question. Like
Yes,
if we do exit gate for someone who is suffering from long, like 2 years, do we take their karmas? Like they are suffering like hell and still they are not leaving. So can we perform exit gate and are we taking the karmas for them?
exit stage left.
Yeah.
So have you done a foundation class, Samiksha?
No, I have done some of body processes and bars.
Okay, so like karmas and immortal soul is something we talk about. It's a topic of the foundation class. But for now, like you can just you can do the exit stage left, but then still we have a choice to not be at the effect of our karmas. And we talk about it in depth and clear, all of that in the foundation class. So what invitation is this conversation for you to step into more consciousness? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you do exit stage left on them, and that might create ease with them. Even running bars gives them more choice.
Yeah, but I cannot run bar because they are very far from me. So I can.
You can give them exit stage left. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to know one more thing, like the people who eat non-veg. Like people say like whenever they are prepared, so they are in a lot of pain when they die and they prepare. meat for people to be eaten. What is it like? My husband is like was
That's
fond
an
of it.
interesting point of view. That is an interesting point of view.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Don't buy into all these points of views. These are just interesting points of views that people have.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like eating vegetarian or non-vegetarian is a person's choice. Okay? And they choose their bodies. Like a person who might be totally on a vegetarian diet might like their body might want to go for a non-veg diet after some. That people who might be eating non-veg might choose to be a vegan. So it's a choice that a person and a body makes, and that has nothing to do like how would they make their transition. So like have we seen that like all the carnivorous animals who are eating meat, do they have like do they prepare for a different kind of a transition? So the best consciousness, the best way to learn about consciousness and get more consciousness is to look and observe the nature, what the earth is doing, how the earth functions, how the nature functions. Animals, plants, and kids are much more conscious than we so-called adults, whom like we consider ourselves to be more knowledgeable, more wise, but is it really true? And everything that brought up for you, will you please now destroy and create it all times the gods in it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. We have bought into too many points of views that have been projected on us, not just from this lifetime, but from many previous lifetimes. So are you willing to make all of those as interesting point of view? Yeah. And use more of light and heavy tool that we do in the bars class to get more awareness. Whatever is true would always make you feel lighter. And whatever is like, if it is a lie, it would make you feel heavy. Yeah. Any more questions?
Hi Tasneem, Trupti here.
Yes, Tripti.
So Tasneem, one of my friend, she's been saying, I mean, she had an heartbreak and she was very upset. And now she is saying, I want to choose death. Now enough. I want to die. अभी मुझे जीना नहीं है. Of course, she's adult. She's not a 16 kind of an age. She's not a teenage. Despite that, she keeps saying that now I don't want to live anymore. And so I'm in allowance. So I told her, whatever you want to choose, you choose. If that makes you light, then you please go ahead. At the same time, I'm wondering how can I contribute to her to create a choice, even if it's a death. And in fact, she keeps telling me, why don't you send me energy of 9, or those death energies? Why don't you send me 8 ka death
So she
energy?
had a breakup,
हाँ,
relationship
breakup
में
breakup,
breakup
yeah
हुआ.
yeah, हाँ हाँ.
Yeah. So like people make like either their jobs or a relationship their life. So everywhere you can like give like run some clearings for her, but everywhere she has made like her life as her relationship. So if she can destroy and create it, all of that. So people who like many a times what they people like have like kind of a relationship which they are not enjoying. It's an abusive kind of relationship. Another example I'm giving, I think Tripti has dropped off. Tripti, are you
No,
there?
no, I'm here. I have just muted
Okay.
myself. That's it.
Okay. So when people have this like they have a relationship which they are not enjoying, what they do is they create situations, and they don't know that they don't even consider that breakup is a choice or a divorce is a choice for them. What they would do is they would create situations in which they can die. So they would create like diseases like cancer or something which is which would take away their life, so that they can somehow get away from that relationship. So, and there would be other things like the case that you are saying, that people make that their life is something else, as if their life is their relationship or their life is their job. So if they are fired from their job, they feel that there is nothing left and they have to like that's the end of their life. Or if the relationship doesn't work out, that is the end of their life. And still, if it's her choice, give her the choice. Like, give her the possibility, make her see that that what she's like, if she's willing to receive that awareness, that life is, relationship is like one part of the life, or still relationship with yourself is the most important and paramount thing. Relationship with yourself and your body, and relationship with someone else is comes next. So
Yeah,
how
so
much fun?
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I made all my attempts to make her understand these things, what you are saying. Not only me, in fact, her family also, family, other friends, all of us, we are making her understand that was a part of your life. That's not the whole of the life, and we will definitely have more better people. I mean, better people coming in your life and all. But वो कुछ सुनने से she's not in a mind to listen anything, and she keeps saying. Of course, she doesn't want to commit a suicide. That she is very clear. We told her don't. I mean, I told her once कि ऐसे हम लोग को किसी legal इसमें मत फंसा के जाना हरकत करके. So she says no, I would not do that. Don't worry. I'm expecting some, natural death. Maybe, COVID right now it's very famous. COVID, maybe COVID or anything, something like that. I'm expecting a
So
natural death, and I'm wondering what should I do? I mean, what can I do which will contribute
Trapti,
to her?
thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up. It like how much awareness it creates for everyone on the call listening, that people who are choosing to die of COVID is a choice that they are making because they want to get out of something. Probably a relationship that they are not enjoying, a life which is not fulfilling, and they want to move on. And they are choosing to die of COVID. ये लड़की तो बोल रही है साफ साफ, है ना?
हाँ, so she's
और
saying
बाकी जो
किसी
कर
पे
रहे हैं वो
blame नहीं
चुप
आएगा.
यही कर रहे हैं. हाँ,
Yes.
किसी पे ब्लेम नहीं आएगा. That's why the people who are choosing to die of COVID are making a choice. And like if she's choosing that, like yes, give her the choice. When you are in total allowance, okay, you can choose that. And then people, when you get into total allowance, then many a times people may choose to choose something different.
See, that's true. So I have told her, if death makes you feel light, please do so. I'm not stopping you. But she keeps telling me, why don't you send me energy of 8? 8 is the energy of death. So send more of 8s to me.
Mhm.
So I said I
9
don't
is
want
the
to get
energy
into
of
that.
death. Nine is the energy of
Nine,
death.
nine. Okay, so I
Yes.
missed the
Hmm.
number. But
Hmm.
she keeps, telling me, send me the energy of death, send me that number. So I tell her I don't want to get into that. As of now, I'm refusing that. But then I mean, at the same time, I'm wondering what. I mean, is it the thing I should really contribute to her? Okay, you want to get
So how
exit?
much? Okay, how much of the attention she's looking for by doing and choosing all of this? How much attention she is attracting of all the friends? ना सब अभी उसको बचाने में लगे होंगे. इससे रोज
Hmm,
बात करो, कहीं ये गलत कदम नहीं उठा ले, इसको समझाओ.
hmm.
So like what if you could like just put it into her universe. You can like talk to her at night when she's asleep, and tell her that she can get all of this by and have more fun in her life, and have the contributing energies from all her friends, and have all this company even without choosing death.
Okay, so you are saying I should speak to her energetically, right, rather than talking
Energetically
physically.
speak to her energetically,
Yeah.
because that people sometimes are like able to receive with less of resistance. They don't have to fight you back.
Right.
आप
And
जब
should
verbally
I?
बात करते हो तो वो आपसे fight करना चालू करते हैं. They have to prove the rightness of their point of view. But when you are speaking to them telepathically or energetically, there is like the reception is easier. It's much more.
Okay, I
Yes,
get
Trip.
that. And what she was asking me, that send me the energy of death. I was wondering, she take definitely I know the case in and out what it is. She needs different contribution than this. But ever somebody ask questions like this, I mean, ever somebody ask contribution like this, should we really give that kind of contribution, or we should hold back because it's our point of view that she should not die or I should not send you death energies for no good reason?
So see, like go with your energy that it's you, it's who would be sending. So if it is light to you, you might want to send. If it is not light, don't send.
Yeah, that's true. That
And
is
you
also
might
correct.
even like how much manipulation, Tripti, can you be with her? How much more the energy of manipulation would be would it, okay, I'll send it to you. And don't send. झूठ बोल दो ना, भेज दी, नहीं भेज और नहीं भेजी.
See, वो तो lie तो definitely I can. But I was in a dilemma at this time. She's, I mean, definitely physical life. She's saying she wants to choose death. So should I really contribute to that death also, or I should hold back and pull her out of that death mindset?
Can you truly pull out someone?
No, unless
They are
she's,
not willing to come out.
yeah,
Can you pull
exactly.
them out
Unless
if they are
she's
not
really,
willing to come out?
no,
You can.
no, of course not.
Okay, so
Yes.
like honor her choices. Whatever choice she is making, honor it.
Okay, I get that. Thanks.
Be in allowance, be in more allowance. Whatever she is choosing, like we are with you, whatever you choose.
Yes.
You can ask question also, na? Will it be a contribution for her?
If I send the
Yeah,
energy of
and
9, is it okay?
so but Tripti, I think she's getting a no on that, no?
Yes,
Usually
obviously, because even
we use
for,
9 for people like 9 is usually used in 2-3 cases when someone is terminally ill, an animal or a person who is terminally ill, who are like suffering a lot and they are not able to leave their bodies, right? Then we use exit stage left and 9, energy of 9, right? Another case is for the techies, for the people who are destroying the earth. So for them, we use 9, we give them killing energies so that we can be an interrupt in their actions, which are not conscious. When we want to kill the entire consciousness in the universe, then we use the energy of 9. We use 5, 9, 11s. But then in this case, this is something somebody like she said, like when a person is not able to see possibilities right now, and she's like getting into kind of a depression, and she's running away from situations. In that case, what would contribute more is they able to see some possibility and choice, that there are lot of choices available that may create a more joyful life for her rather than ending her life.
I'll do this energetic talking to her this night. I miss that. I have not done this so far with her in this situation.
And be in question that what is that number. Okay, the number I'm getting is 10 for her, to wake up the stupids.
Stupid. Now, मैंने उसको बहुत बार sent. I have sent her several times. 10. Several times I sent her 10.
Wake up the stupid. Yes. So these are the numbers that we are talking about right now. So those who have not done a foundation class, so with numbers from 3 to 20, we can change the different kinds of energies. We can contribute to people and ourselves with these the energies of the numbers, and they work magically. They like change situations and create possibilities phenomenally faster and magically, I would say. So what joy of embodiment and orgasmic living have you not yet acknowledged that makes you choose death? And everything that brought up, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the consuming. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So if we were like enjoying our life, having so much joy in our life, and if we would be like being happy with our bodies, grateful for our bodies, and not judging them, receiving all the awareness that our sweet bodies communicate to us, sometimes through some discomforts, sometimes through pain, sometimes through some heaviness, itching, or fever, or cough and cold, or viral infections, all of that. So if we could just receive more awareness and give the bodies, honor our bodies, have an intimate relationship with our body, and live an orgasmic life, a life which is so fun, which is so creative, that like we would not want to like we would not even like have that thought of getting away from life and dying. How many lifetimes can you live in your current body and create more consciousness, a faster spiritual growth, and everything that does not allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that? Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the God's in? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So if you are truly living, every time you feel that like now this old pattern, this way of living, it's no more fun, it's boring, it's monotonous, it's not creating growth for me, you can destroy and uncreate all of that and create a new life for yourself without having to leave your body and choose another one. So everything that does not allow you to receive that possibility of creating a new life in the same body, like choosing to die without like actually leaving your body. Will you please now destroy and uncreate it all times the God's in? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And at the same time, honoring all those people like who are choosing to die and like they want to change their bodies, want to come back, like choose to move on. What if we could be an in honoring and celebration of their choice as well? And if it works for you, if it is like if you feel that now I want to change my body and like, or I just want to move on, it's no longer fun and I have no possibilities left. Yeah, it's a choice available to you as well. And it's not a wrong choice. It's just a choice. There is no right or wrong choice. Everything is just a choice. So this do you have any more questions? Does someone want to share something, talk about something? Okay, so like we talked about something like which is so much
Hi,
going on right now. Yes,
Hi,
Rakshana. Yeah. Hi, Rakshana.
how are Yeah, I just
Eid.
want to say
Happy
the call
Eid.
was really awesome. And it's like
Yes.
such an unusual topic. And usually we never think that in such a way. We never think that it is like opening new possibilities and So it's like a really new awareness and new understanding, and so thankful to you. Really, it was an
Thank
awesome
you,
call.
Rakshanda, for receiving. Yes, thank you so much.
And
Yes.
hi, Tasneem, I must mention, I did not know what is the topic for the Clarity Night today, but I just saw 8 o'clock Clarity Night is on. I saw your message. I thought, let me join.
Okay.
And when the topic was on, I was like, okay, it is so apt. I was wondering what I could
Yes,
contribute to her. It was so apt.
yes,
Thank you.
definitely. Yes, to all of us actually, and to the like awareness of this the whole planet, because one of us getting cleared and choosing something different, we are like so much connected. We are in oneness that we like one of us getting free creates something greater for 3,50,000 more people associated with us. So I'm doing some clearings regarding this and how much you clearing this, your points of views about death would create more freedom for 3,50,000 people connected with you. Yeah. So right now, just lower down your barriers, expand yourself and connect to 3,50,000 people right now. Each one of you connecting to different 3,50,000 people. How many lies, judgments, and viewpoints have you entrenched and imposed on you for 4 trillion years that death is wrong and that it's always best to live as long as possible, no matter how much pain and suffering you have? Everything that is, will you revoke, recant, resign, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How many lies, judgments, and viewpoints have you entrenched and imposed on you for 4 trillion years that death is wrong and that it is always best to live as long as possible, no matter how much pain and suffering you have? Everything that is, will you revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How many lies, judgments, and viewpoints have you entrenched and imposed on you for 4 trillion years to make it impossible to live as an immortal? Everything that is, will you revoke, recant, resign, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How many lies, judgments, and viewpoints have you entrenched and imposed on you for 4 trillion years to make it impossible to live as an immortal? Everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all and revoke, recant, resign, reclaim, denounce all of it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And now you may disconnect from all those 3,50,000 people whom you connected to right now and be totally present with your body. You can let them all go. Okay. So this was one of the intense topics that we picked up for the Clarity Night today. And I have a foundation coming up, which is again a deep dive into many such topics and wonderful tools and processes, both verbal processes and body processes, for immunity, for a life beyond distractors, lot of possibilities, going beyond all your limitations of money, your health conditions, or anything else that is keeping you stuck beyond age. So any one of you who would like to choose that, please get in contact with me. It would be a 6 days of online class. starting from 20th of May, so 20 to 25th May. And we would be doing around like 4 hours every day, completing it in 6 days. So like even like if people who are working, so we can like accommodate the timings so that you can easily attend the class and create more consciousness, more possibilities in your life. Okay. So it starts from 20th of May. So keep those dates in mind, book your calendars, and hop on for a phenomenal life full of awareness. Any more questions before we close the call for today? Okay, so good night, everyone. Have a wonderful
night.
weekend.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much, Tasneem.
Thank you
you.
for joining in. Gratitude for each one of you for your questions.
Gratitude.